We've had people ask us, so what kind of group is this? Or what are you guys doing? Wondering why there'd be so many people, and especially different ethnicities.
Their family car is a bus. They cook in bulk, and every day is laundry day. But this forever family with 20 kids wouldn't have it any other way.
Every once in a while we'll get, so is this a family? But not very often.
Meet Doug and Deanne Walker and their supersized family.
We have Tyler, Serene, Britton,
Ressa, Creed, Pierce,
Hannah, Scott, I miss Scott,
Casey, Olivia, Naya,
Marshall, Emma, Clayson,
Malia, Hiram, Bria,
and then it goes
Gideon,
Joel.
and now Simon. Can you grab a brush out of there? I got a brush Simon's hair.
This is a big family by any measure.
It's 4 basketball teams, 2 baseball teams, 2 football teams almost.
Our cuddle bear is happy too.
Doug and Deanne are frequently told they're either crazy or superhuman.
Wow. They say, wow, how do you do it? Your wife's a saint.
But Deanne shies away from that idea.
I'm not super mom, and if you say I'm super mom, that gives me a really big cliff to fall off of one day.
Her day begins at the crack of dawn, baking 5 loaves of bread. It's a daily ritual that helps save money.
This is what's left over in one day after 5 loaves.
With a grocery bill that runs nearly $500 a week, being thrifty is a necessity.
We're very frugal. We just spend money differently, and we save money, and really, we pray a lot. And that's how we afford it. Excuse me.
As a couple, the Walkers work as a team.
Thank you, Scott. That was very good of you.
Deanne stays at home and manages the household.
Bria, you need to come up and do your job. Hiram, I need you to come up and start your schoolwork. We have to function as a unit.
Doug works as a mortgage banker.
It can be tough sometimes, and you realize the responsibility. Of course, financial is always there, and just the responsibility of, am I a good enough dad to this many children?
When you make breakfast,
Yes.
give me an idea. You'll go through how much cereal and
Okay, cereal, the big supersized bags, the Malto-Meal bags, we probably go through one of those in each sitting, and more than 36 eggs for scrambled eggs. If we make oatmeal, we make 14 cups of oatmeal. And then we're usually missing 2 to 3 kids. Got it.
Keeping up on homeschooling schedules plus chores is a full-time job for Deanne.
Yes, high five. Do you know where that page is? What I'm doing as a mother, it's not just for today. I am here to guide and direct them and help them become the best person that they can be.
I'm doing 15.
You'd expect home life to be chaotic in a household this size. Not so at the Walkers.
Well, the kids have chores, and honestly, I can't function very well in a home that's chaotic, and that means even physically chaotic.
Hello?
Early on, Deanne and Doug always wanted a lot of kids.
That was my dream, to be a mom. I probably thought 10.
But instead of 10, 20 kids called Doug and Deanne mom and dad.
So how do you stay sane, plain and simple?
It comes down to my faith in God. He has asked me to do what I do, and He will give me the strength to do everything I need to do to accomplish His work.
One by one, they added to their family.
I'm Tyler, 27.
I'm Serene, and I'm 26 years oold.
Britton, 24.
Ressa, and I'm 22.
Creed, 18.
Pierce, 16.
Zika, 15.
Hannah, and I'm 14.
Casey, 13.
Olivia, and I'm 13. Naya, and I'm 13.
I'm Marshall, and I'm 13.
Yeah, I'm 12.
I'm Clayson, and I'm 11.
I'm Malia, and I'm 9.
I'm Hiram Dagan, 7.
I am Bria, and I'm 6.
I'm 4.
9 are biological, 11 joined their family through adoption.
The first one was 13 years ago. The director, before we stepped on the plane to Chicago to pick that one up, and she says, you know, it's nice to have someone else in the family that might look like him. And so that kind of got the wheels turning that maybe there's another one. And then when you get in those circles and get the phone calls and see the need, it's just hard to say no.
I'm sorry. If a child doesn't have a mother, it really breaks my heart. You know, giving and sacrificing and living to be a blessing and a part of children's lives really gives me the greatest motivation and the greatest joy. I don't know anything that I would be as happy doing.
Amidst the joy of parenting, the Walkers know sorrow too. Sadly, 2 of their children have passed away due to heart defects. It's a profound sadness the whole family bears.
You know, managing that loss it's hard, but at the same time, if I hide it, then the kids won't feel like they can let it out either, and it's not good to just keep it in.
Still to come, a sobering discovery about their newest child gives the Walkers even more reason to cherish him.
It was not something we were planning on, nor truly emotionally ready for.
3 big ones for each of us.
The Walkers are packing to go to China.
It's a 13-hour nonstop flight.
But it's not for a vacation.
We'll have this medium one for Simon's stuff.
Doug and Deanne are flying to Chengdu to bring home their 20th child. This is their 11th adoption, so the family's familiar with the routine.
We've been through it enough that we know we really don't make a distinction with love between our biological children and the adopted children. Hannah's first trip on an airplane.
Their 14-year-old daughter, Hannah, speaks a little Chinese, so she's going along to help.
There we go into the Dreamliner. The fit.
Yeah, we're good.
There we are in Chengdu. We get there on a Sunday night. We pick them up Monday morning, pick them up from the orphanage.
The Walkers know first introductions can be difficult, and emotions are often unpredictable.
You walk in those doors thinking, what has our son experienced for the first 4 years of his life, in Simon's case? And you just hope it's all good.
We waited at the orphanage for a little bit, and then he came in with his nanny, and we had no idea he was coming. He just came in, and he saw us and started crying. And so that was kind of a shock.
I knew that Simon most likely wasn't going to take to me or like me. And that's hard. As a mother, no matter how many times you do it, the rejection's hard. It's always a really big question. Did we do the right thing for him?
He stayed with her almost 1 year.
This is everything he's known. And this is his family and his life. He doesn't know what's better and what's out there. But did we do the right thing for him?
From past experiences, the Walkers know there are many challenges associated with the change, but also many blessings.
There's more sorrow, there's more fear, and a little bit more anxiety than the peace that comes with it. But it's one of those times I just had to hold on and say, Heavenly Father knows best.
Hannah was just great because she was able to give Simon that younger person to kind of be more comfortable with.
To help Simon feel more comfortable with the family, they spent a few days enjoying China's parks and zoos.
The city where Simon was from had the largest panda reserve in China. So that was fun because, you know, we wanted him to see, you know, things that represent his country.
All the while hoping and praying his transition would go smoothly.
It was good to have the distractions. It was good to be able to go to those places and have some fun outside of all the emotional burdens. In China, it's against the law to abandon your child and place them for adoption. So when you get them, you don't get any history from birth parents, so medical history or any of that. You don't even know exactly the day they were born. So they guess when they get the child, when they find them. Oh, hey!
As they finalized the adoption, it was a surprise to be told about Simon's abandonment.
So that's your first time to read this?
Yeah, we've not seen that before.
Oh. Is that enough?
No, the translation is good. We've just never seen this before. We didn't know where he was abandoned or when. And that's okay. It doesn't matter to us.
After that meeting, they drove to the place Simon was abandoned, hoping to find a connection to his past.
What kind of building is this?
When you see what they call the finding place, that's where the children are abandoned. You try to envision what maybe his mother was going through. This happened to be in what we were told was a nightclub, kind of a social place and dark probably. So she was able to just leave him unnoticed and walk away.
As I sat there, I was, standing there just kind of in awe. I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what to feel. But I felt a great sorrow for Simon and all of the things that he had to endure to get to the point where he was in our family. I don't know what it was that he had to go through. I don't know the specifics, why his birth family actually abandoned him. I don't know what brought them to that point, but I do know that there was great sorrow surrounding the whole situation. Simon is bearing the burdens still. I do know, though, as I prayed to have some enlightenment and understanding as to what happened, it was very clear to me. And the words that came to my mind, it would break your heart. So immediately I said, then I don't want to know yet.
When the Walkers first decided to adopt another child, they were drawn to Simon, even though they knew he would have a health condition.
I said, are you sure about this? Because they say it's a complex heart issue. And he said, no, I think so. And I said, all right, I'm leaving this one up to you. I will support you in whichever one you choose. And he did. He chose Simon.
They'd already lost 2 sons, Gideon and Joel, to heart problems, but they were willing to do it again. They weren't sure how bad Simon's heart defect was, but when they had him checked out, the news wasn't good.
The cardiologist got back to us and said, it's heterotaxy, the same thing as Gideon and Joel. It's like, are you kidding me? It was not something we were planning on, nor truly emotionally ready for. It's been an emotional journey for me these last 8 months of, can I open my heart up? Can I do this one again? It's been tough.
He's waving at him. He doesn't know what a family is, but I think when he gets here, he'll feel the love, and the joy would be really to seeing how he reacts and responds to our love we can give him.
It's Simon!
Hey everybody, this is Simon.
His homecoming was celebrated by the whole family.
Hey, you forgot your mother!
We're here, finally here, hey Scott.
And for the most part, becoming child number 20 in this supersized clan has gone smoothly for Simon.
Oh, there's the rabbit. It's been amazing to watch his transition and the miracles. The power of the priesthood, the power of the sealing. I have a firm testimony that there is power in that sealing. Yeah! It has really changed that child and changed his life.
Good at a game of Tetris here.
Packing up for a vacation's always a complicated process. Multiply it by 20.
No, there's room for that.
And you'll get an idea of what it's like to travel with the Walkers.
Put that in there.
Doug and Deanne Walker of South Jordan, Utah, are taking 15 of their kids.
He can come in the bus with us.
A grandson, a son-in-law, a cousin, and a family friend, and heading to Nauvoo, Illinois for 2 weeks. They'll be performing in the British and Nauvoo pageants.
Okay, is your toothbrush in here?
Mom's job is to make sure everything is taken care of.
All right, let me see my handsome boy.
And so when their newly adopted son, Simon, needs special attention,
why is Bunny sad?
she's there to help.
Because Bunny no more.
Because Bunny doesn't have a mom? I had to treat that bunny like it was another child, because I knew it was a representation to Simon of my acceptance of him. And so I had to treat that bunny like a child. I carried that bunny around with me. I love you, Bunny.
Earlier this year, Doug and Deanne went to China to pick up Simon. He's their 20th child. And so helping him adjust to his new family is a top priority.
Pierce, Scott.
The road trip to Nauvoo is more than 1,200 miles long.
It's really far away. We're going to sleep 2 times, and then we'll see the Nauvoo temple.
But with a family this size, there's no shortage of entertainment along the way. While in Nauvoo, they rented a home where they could all stay together.
I'll have the oatmeal.
Their days began early, each one filled with rehearsals and activities.
The schedule was crazy. We were up at 6:30 every morning and didn't get the kids down until 11:30 every night. So, little sleep, busy schedule, hot and humid, heavy costumes. It was a tough day.
With one last glance back at our beloved temple.
But because of the spirit of Nauvoo and what we're doing, it made it worth it.
As we come up into this country right here,
There were also horse and carriage rides, touring the town, temple trips.
Down through the woods, across the water.
And a handcart trek to keep them busy while they weren't performing.
Steer to the left a little bit. We're going to go up that left, the other left.
I was thinking stage left.
And like every family, there were struggles along the way.
If you think you need help, then you can ask.
We hadn't had time to really be together much. And that was an experience that we could be together and work together and
push.
Experience some of those.
Okay, you got it?
In a very mild form, some of those things that the pioneers experienced.
Brother Parker's little boy, age 6, was lost and the father went back to hunt him.
Our thoughts continually went to the pioneers and how they gave up everything.
Oh, stay to the right.
And the sacrifices that they made.
But their nights were filled with music, dancing, and friendship.
The first week that a family is here, they do the country fair. We have about 22 stations out on the field where they do 1840 games and activities. So they participate in family games and help the families enjoy the time together. And then the next week they're on stage.
Brothers and sisters, this way to the river.
It was not really about performing. It was more about telling the story and bearing testimony for those people that had already done this.
We find reason to rejoice.
And people in Nauvoo couldn't help but notice the Walkers wherever they went.
I come from a smaller family, so it's unique to me to see such a large family take such good care of each individual, and I see them do that very well. They're incredible. They have a spirit about them that people want to be around, myself included.
I just think it's incredible that just, with the age range, that they're all able to work together to create something beautiful.
And in this large family, everyone has a chance to shine.
Her son Scott Walker was singing next to me last night on stage, and I wept as I watched him just singing as strong as he could, and I looked at the parents and thought, you're good parents. Your son is willing to just come and do this.
And they bring to this work so much that they know how to pray together, they know how to serve together, they know how to play together, they know what it's like to fall out as a family and make back up, and they're bringing all of that onto the stage. That's no small thing to bring 15 children here, and that they've done it with great faith, with joy. They've been beautiful, incredible.
I can't see myself just on a play, just to be in a play. But because of the purpose of the play and the message it carries, it was a pretty easy performance to be in.
That the saints may have a place to worship God.
My takeaway was really the growth, the personal growth that each of us had to go through. Nothing great comes from easy things, right? So the experience in the pageant was hard, but that's what made it more rewarding.
Are you happy to be here? I'm so happy you're here.
We're sent to this earth with a purpose, and for whatever reason, our purpose is to have a large family.
There are 20 kids in the Walker family. Each one of them have a story.
I was born in India, and then I was like a few months old, and I got sent to the orphanage.
Olivia was originally adopted at age 3. By age 9, she was in need of a new home. The Walkers heard her story and immediately adopted her.
I think adoption is great. It's great to help kids feel like they have a family.
I'm Casey, and I'm 9 of 20.
Casey was the first to be adopted. He was an infant when he joined the family. That was 13 years ago.
You always have something to do with somebody else. So, like, If you want to play like a game of soccer in the backyard, you don't have to call friends or something. You can just do it with your family.
I'm number 6 of 20. I'm not sure exactly how my parents do it.
Good stop by Mom.
I know that it's mostly based on, if not all solely based on their faith and their belief that Jesus Christ will, he'll carry them through. The gospel is all about uniting families together and being together in eternity and being perfect together.
Can we wash your face? You got chocolate on it.
The hardest thing, probably Gideon dying, and then like a few months after that, Joel dying. Just one day you have them, and then the next day they're gone. And
Okay. Fold your arms, Simon.
the biggest thing is the temple and the family. Just being able to be together forever. I just know that we'll be able to see them again, and just we'll be able to learn more about them and be with them.
Here you go, little guy.
And for the Walkers, it's about finding joy through both the good and bad times.
I hope that each one of my children, each one knows that I love them, but more importantly, to know that who they are, to find out who they are and their special gifts and talents, and use those to bless the lives of others.
Everything I do is with the goal in mind for my children to know who they are, to remember that they are a child of God, that they are valiant, they are loved, and that their Father in heaven wants them back more than anything else. And with that, He has great blessings that we cannot comprehend.
In this family, the happily ever after happens one day at a time.
It's when the family is working together to support each other, in tune with the Holy Ghost, serving others.
But if we're living right and doing the right things and being content with what the Lord's blessed us with, happiness will be there. That's what life's all about.